Hello and welcome to the online classes for Kids 7 Public School. Okay, uh, from our NCRT book of Hornbill, grade 11. So, my dear students, our chapter number 4, Landscape of the Soul, we will look at the question and answers. Okay, the three parts of the question and answers. Let's quickly answer them and clear our confusions. Okay, so the first one, this is understanding the text. Now, in this section, we have two questions. Let's look at them. Question 1. Contrast the Chinese view of art with the European view with examples. Now what we have to do is say the difference between the Chinese and the European view of art, okay, along with examples. So now let's see. The Chinese form of art is based on imagination and shows inner and spiritual approach of the artist, okay. As we have seen in the story, the Chinese form, this creates a painting. The Chinese painter creates a painting where we can imagine. Once we look at the painting, we can go deep into imagining different views, different ideas about our inner spiritual approach, okay. But the European art form is real and reproduces the actual view of the object from the landscape. The European art is a type of art where the painting produces the actual view. What you see in the painting is what it means. You cannot imagine or you cannot think anything else. Okay? The second part is explain the concept of shan shui. As we read in the story, shan shui is a Chinese concept of art which means mountain water. So it is used together to represent the word landscape. Okay? Now question number 2. What do you understand by the terms outsider art and art brut or raw art? Now, outsider art is the art made by untrained artists. For example, children or mentally ill person. You see, when you are not an expert, when you don't have the talent of art, you are just trying to maybe draw something or do some coloring and all. So that is when we can say you are an outsider, or it is called outsider art. Then we have art brut or raw art. Now this is a type of art made by people who are not professionals, but they create an art piece with their own depth and understanding. Now raw art, in this people are also not professionals, but then the drawing that they make, the painting they make has a very deep meaning and understanding. Okay, it's different from outsider art. The second part says, who was the untutored genius who created a paradise and what is the nature of his contribution to art? Now in the story we have seen that the untutored genius who created a paradise was Nek Chand. He was an 8-year-old creator, director who made the world famous rock garden in Chandigarh. He used everything from a tin to sink or anything which he felt as an art form. One of his famous creations are Women by the Waterfall. Okay, so this was Nek Chand, who was an untutored genius. He wasn't taught. He never went to an art school. He did not learn anything, but he created a paradise called Rock Garden in Chandigarh. And another famous creation of his was Women by the Waterfall. Okay, now let's move to the second part, talking about text. Now in this we also have two questions. The first one is, discuss the emperor may rule over the territory he has conquered, but only the artist knows the way within. Means the emperor, that is the king, he may rule that territory, that is his kingdom that he has conquered, which means win. Okay, but it is the artist who knows the true way. That means the statement means that the emperor rules over the territory which he has won and have the power, but the artist knows the path and mysterious work of the universe. No matter how powerful the emperor was, the artist's true art form can be seen the way he wants to show them. You see, an emperor is a king. He rules his kingdom. He tells his people what to do and what not to do. He has power. But an artist has the power to show his art and make everyone believe what he is showing. Okay? He has power more than the king, more than the emperor in his art form. Okay, look at it. The artist's true art form can be seen the way he wants to show them. Okay, whatever meaning he wants to give to his painting is what everybody is going to understand. Discuss the landscape is an inner one, a spiritual and a conceptual space. Now let's understand this. The statement, the landscape is an inner one, a spiritual and conceptual space, means that a Chinese artist wants the viewer to enter his mind rather than borrowing his eyes to view his art piece. This means that the Chinese artist, when he draws his painting, when he colors it and he beautifies it, he wants the people to enter his mind and and understand the painting, not just to borrow his eyes and look at it. Okay, it's a mountain, okay fine, it's a mountain. No, he wants the viewer, that is the people looking at it, to enter his mind and understand what he wants to show in the painting. Okay, now this requires both physical and mental participation. Viewer can enter the painting from any point and travel from one point to another, meaning the painting by a Chinese artist has different points we can look at and imagine and understand. Okay, it doesn't have just one meaning. This is the second question. Now let's look at the next part, thinking about language. Find out the correlates of yin and yang in other cultures. Now we read about yin and yang, so let us see what it means in Indian culture. So in Indian culture, yin, which is receptive and female part, and yang, which is masculine and male part, are known as Maya and Brahma. Nature is the yin and God is the creator of the universe. Likewise, yin-yang, the combination of Maya and Brahma, creates a world. Okay? Second, what is the language spoken in Flanders? French language is spoken in Flanders, which is situated in Belgium. So this is the question and answers, and you have to know these in your books. Okay? Thank you.